How's it going everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. And in today's video we have a lot to get through as we now have the latest news on the next update for Battlefront 2, which is going to include a ton of new reinforcement skins, some hero changes, as well as further information on the arrival of the Rise of Skywalker DLC. So in this video I'm not going to do like a proper news update recap, as pretty much every single Battlefront channel already has done that. Instead, I'm going to talk about the notable stuff here and give you guys some thoughts and some opinions on all of it, as I do find that most of you guys seem to like it when I just do that, and judging especially off of how the last video went, and a big thank you to that by the way, I'm just going to keep doing that with these news updates in future. Now, if you guys are enjoying these Battlefront 2 videos, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, as there will be more coming over the next couple of days. And I'm going to start live streaming some of the content drops as well, so make sure you have notifications turned on, as you are definitely not going to want to miss a thing. It's going to be a big month. But now let's dive into this, as there is a lot to get through today, and the first thing that I want to bring up is that we have more information of the arrival of the actual Rise of Skywalker update. For those of you who saw the last video, we did a bit of speculating on when this update would be coming. Obviously, taking into account the timing of the film's release and Christmas, as it is pretty close to each other. But it does look like that we are going to be getting the Rise of Skywalker update in mid-December. As it says here, the second update arriving mid-December will debut content inspired from Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. So we did speculate again, like I said the other day, that due to the film being released so close to Christmas, that they would surely have to, release the update before the film's release. But they would have to be wary of spoilers. So this seems to be what they have ended up doing. So hopefully the content we're getting isn't spoiler heavy. And given that the update is coming before the film gets released, there's no way that they'd be that cruel or that stupid to put spoiler content in the update. But not to be mistaken, I am very happy about this. The sooner the update comes, the better, and it looks like we'll only have to wait about 2 weeks or less, which is great news. And we will of course be getting more news and specifics on the Rise of Skywalker update in a couple of days' time, on Wednesday I believe, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Now moving on, we are also getting 10 new reinforcement skins coming to Battlefront 2 in this update, and I have to say I'm actually fairly impressed with these skins. I'll roll them in the background as I talk through what we are getting. So we're of course getting 3 skins for the ARC Trooper, which will include the black and green Lambent Seeker, the blue and grey Cobalt Hero, and the black and yellow Umbra Operative. I'm not sure if that is supposed to say Umbara Operative and whether it was a typo, but oh well, the skin looks great nevertheless. Now on top of this, we are getting 4 skins for the BX Commando droids, which is a bit of a surprise. And these will of course include the Captain appearance, the Citadel appearance, the Diplomat appearance, and finally the Training appearance, which I think is actually the best one of them all, to be perfectly honest. And further on top of that, again, we're getting 2 new skins for the Clone Commandos, which will include the Urban Fighter appearance and the Jungle Striker appearance, which I actually think is the best reinforcement skin out of all of them. And finally, we are getting a skin for the Droideka, which is actually a pretty big surprise, which will be a training skin. Now, they don't have an image of it for us, but I do assume that it will be the one like that's sort of white with targets, sort of like how the training commando droid skin looks. So overall, I have to say, these reinforcement skins are much better than I actually thought they were going to be, and to buy all of them, it is going to cost you 185,000 credits. So hopefully you've been saving those credits up. I mean, I gotta give credit where credit's due. This is good stuff from DICE here. The skins look absolutely fantastic, and there are way more here than I thought there was ever going to be. I honestly thought that DICE were gonna completely half-ass this update and just focus on the Rise of Skywalker content. But it looks like they've actually given this update a fair bit of love and care. So, like I said, a lot of the skins are like very different from their base appearance. So that alone, this update, it's looking really good, I have to say. Now moving on, there are some minor quality of life changes scattered throughout this update as well. Nothing really too important, so I won't bore you with those small details. But what I do want to discuss are some big hero changes that are coming in this update, as there are a fair few of them. So Boba Fett is getting a small buff, as for those of you who remember, he got nerfed into the ground because DICE basically just destroyed his rocket barrage ability and they went way overboard with it. But it says here that they have reduced the active ability time and increased the fire rate for Boba Fett's rocket barrage ability. Now, I think this was definitely needed, as Boba's barrage was pretty crap, and it has been for a while now after it got nerfed, and the fire rate for his rockets was like laughably bad. So it seems like the community's, little united backlash over the nerf was heard by DICE. So thankfully, this has been fixed so we can enjoy Boba again. Now also, Darth Vader has received an added 25% damage reduction during his Force Choke, because for some reason DICE thought it was a great idea to completely remove Vader's reduction damage when he uses his Force Choke, which pretty much made it pointless to use the ability. But at least now with its 25% damage reduction, the ability is going to be worthwhile, but it's not going to be too crazy. So I think this may be the right balance that was needed for his Force Choke. You will also now be able to see how many people you are choking with Vader's choke, so if you waste the ability, then it's totally on you. So I do assume that this is going to work like Anakin's Retribution ability, so you'll be able to see how many people will actually be in the ability's radius. I would actually like to see this used universally across all abilities, across all heroes if I'm honest, but nevertheless, it's good to see here with Vader. Now, Luke has also received a bit of a nerf this update. His Intensify star card has taken a bit of a hit, so his lightsaber damage will not be through the roof anymore. So Luke should be stoppable now, but it is going to be interesting to see how this plays, but it seems fully justified as a nerf in my opinion. Luke has been pretty insane for a while now, and people have been calling for a nerf for pretty much since the time he got buffed. Now, I didn't actually mind Luke being a little OP, seeing as his abilities are so inconsistent, like his Force Push and his Repulse, they don't register their hits half the time. But I still completely do understand this nerf though. Now, Han Solo will now be able to roll when he has his Sharpshooter ability active. Now, this is actually a very, very underrated hero change, I have to say, and it could really change just how effective Han is going to be, especially in Heroes vs. Villains. One of Han's biggest problems was how immobile he was when the Sharpshooter ability was active, so I'm very, very happy to see this change, and I can't wait to test out Han in this new update. And the same goes for Lando. He can now do the exact same thing. He can roll when his Sharpshot is active, so that again could be a real game changer for Lando in Heroes vs. Villains, so expect the light side hero lineup to be more effective with blaster heroes. These changes to Han and Lando are small, but I really think they're going to change a fair bit, it's really good to see, I'm not gonna lie. Now, Count Dooku also has a bit of a change. His exposed weakness will also remove any added health to enemies, so if you see a boosted enemy, hit them up with exposed weakness and that extra health will apparently disappear. So that's a pretty good change for Dooku, I definitely don't mind that. But those were pretty much the main hero changes in this update that I felt like it was worth touching on. There isn't anything here that has me absolutely fuming, which is something rare among hero changes in updates, so I'm actually definitely looking really forward to seeing how the hero gameplay is going to be improved with this update. Just hopefully and fingers crossed here that these changes don't introduce a ton of bugs. So judging off of this community transmission, I have to say that 99% of the changes put forward for this update are actually really positive, which I've got to say is quite rare amongst most updates with Battlefront 2. Normally there's a few really confusing changes made, but it seems like this one is pretty well in the positive, which is good to see. Again, the reinforcement skins for me are a big surprise. Like I said, I thought DICE were really going to half-ass this update so they could focus on the Rise of Skywalker DLC, but still give us something to, just hold us over. But I think it's fair to say that they didn't just dismiss this update. They actually put a fair bit of effort into it. The reinforcement skins are really good, and the hero changes for the most part look like they will really improve the gameplay. And considering this is the update that is sort of like the entree to the Rise of Skywalker update this month, this just kind of feels like a bonus to get this cool little update this month, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. So between this update and the Rise of Skywalker update, I have to say December for Battlefront 2 has gotten off to a very good start, and I can't wait to see how this month unfolds for the game. I just cannot wait for the Rise of Skywalker community transmission coming in the next couple days, as the information in that is going to be something worth getting really, really excited about. But guys, what do you all think of this update? Be sure to let me know in the comments below, and just another reminder that there are a lot of big things coming this month for those of you who somehow still don't know for Battlefront 2, so if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button with notifications on, as the videos are going to be coming hard and fast. But that is just about going to wrap this video up, so be sure to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy, and make sure you keep an ear out for the upcoming updates, as I will be covering them right here on the channel. So until next time, thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all again real soon.